Hello minasan, Hikiyama Moriko desu, and welcome to another indie game. This one's called Wrong Side of the Bed, and it's a game for the Nano Arena 2024 Game Jam, and it's by the developer ALS that you may remember from games such as Nyko's Room demo version, Face You Less, and Nyko's Room Chapter 1. So let's just play the game. Insert a name. Let's go, Moriko. Moriko, is that name alright with you? Yeah. I don't hear any sound. How do I explain this? I don't know. I have this weird condition. I had it for a very long time, really. There are some days when everything seems to be against me, bending in my direction and surrounding me. My vision gets obscured by a layer of oozing mucus, and breathing becomes an unreachable goal. You should go see a doctor. On these days, people fake an alien appearance, their faces contorting in impossible ways. It's a grueling feeling that no therapy managed to treat and no pill managed to cure. You're in a pinch. It doesn't come very often. I feel it at least once a week. I feel that that's really often for such a debilitating condition. But when it does, my world comes crashing down. Am I making any sense, Moriko? Yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna move this side so you guys can see the text. Today is one of those days. The surface of the button is freezing cold, and the remains of my chin makes my fingers slippery. Through much struggle, I managed to button my shirt. And with that, I finally finished changing my clothes. I look at my image in the mirror, making sure I look somewhat presentable. I think you have something on your face. I think your face is melting. My clothes are nearly ironed, resting on my body miserably. My hair is a mess, my dog ears refuse to join the rest. Your dog ears? What? I never paid it much mind, so it'll do. My face is nothing more than a convulsing mess moving around and twisting sporadically. I don't want anybody to see me like this, but I never have the choice. I look at the time on my phone. 8:14 AM. I've got time. I should hurry downstairs. I need something before I leave. So one thing is seeing other people like monsters or like something really weird, and I think another thing is watching yourself, like not being yourself in the mirror. The way downstairs feels needlessly long. The stairs extend under my feet. I take a moment to catch my breath. My legs almost fail me under the weight of my shoulders. I close my eyes, trying not to get the melting flesh in my eyes. I adjust the collapsing pieces of skin on my face with my hands. Nearby, I hear the clicking of dishes. So this might be related or a sequel to the other game, to Face You Less. I mean, it's a similar topic, right? So if you guys are watching this, I recommend you to either go play the other game or at least watch the video. It will be nice. Nearby, I hear the clicking of dishes. A moment of silence, then faint footsteps approaching. Whoa. Yeah, it's definitely related. Morning. Slept well? Who is this? A man of big stature approaches me, his face forming a disturbing shape. Yeah, that's a disturbing shape. I mean, can you not recognize people by the clothes, maybe? Well, I guess if you are in such a mental state that this is happening, I don't think you're thinking straight, right? It rotates more and more upwards, letting out an almost rubbery stretching sound. Oh no, sound too. You know, visual hallucinations are one thing, but if I don't know if this is a hallucination, by the way, but if you mix it with audio, with hallucinations, it's... oh god, no. My gaze is fixated on his face, but my mopping eyes lose focus. God Gathering the energy to greet him cheerily seems pointless, so I don't even attempt it. Morning. Hello, you, contorted face person. Made some scrambled eggs for breakfast. Are you coming to it? Why is scrambled like your face? I'm not hungry. Really? I think you should. I'm not hungry anymore. There's a sharp pain in my stomach. The thought of eating makes me nauseous. Ever since I came downstairs, my will to eat has vanished. And seeing his disfigured face surely made me lose my appetite. Okay. What's up with you? Are you feeling well? Yeah, it's just... Oh wait, it's about time the face thing? I nod apprehensively. Oh, so you told them before. I'm not sure what he understands by that, but I don't feel like explaining myself further. I start heading towards the door, grabbing my coat. Wait. He heads towards me in a hurry and pulls me into a light embrace. His warm throbbing skin makes contact with mine, leaving a running goo on my clothes. The air is suffocating, an intense sense of boiling blood is making me ill. Just above my hair resounds a familiar voice, but making out any words is impossible. And yet the feeling is almost comforting. My head is resting on his chest, it feels soft and warm, and his grasp on me is not very tight. So I was thinking this was maybe the dad, but if it's related to the other game, maybe it's the boyfriend? What is he doing? Why is he doing it? This display of compassion? Why is this stranger showing it to me? What's the point? This permitting thoughts ruins every good emotion I could have gotten. I don't see why I should feel anything good. All I can do is wait for it to be over. And soon enough, it is. His arms part ways from my body and take a moment to recollect myself. Shortly after, I resume my way out. I hope you managed to feel better. I'll make some popcorn. Maybe we can watch a movie when you return home. Okay? So does this affliction, like if I watch a movie, do the people in the movie look deformed too? Or it's just with real people? Well, I guess if it works in the reflection of the mirror, it's just everyone, right? At this point, I'm already with my hand on the doorknob, and his massive moving facial features drops a little. Alright then, see you later, Moriko. I love you. Yeah, I love you too, mate. Thank you. It's a cloudy morning. The lack of sunlight leaves everything looking grey and stale. That is, since all of the sunlight goes right into my softened eyes. It hurts. Birds are chirping, their chain makes for a long continuous song of screeching sounds. I can almost hear distant cars, but looking around I can see anyone. I'm not sure if I must be a blessing or a curse, as nature continues its bullying. I look at my phone, trying to make out anything on the dark screen. 8:19. For a moment I see a reflection on the screen that I would hesitate to call my own. I often struggle to link this person to myself. I bring my hand to a face that I don't feel like being touched. A strange slimy substance falls down in my hands. It's my eyes. My eyes are melting again. Sight becomes a struggle. I fasten my pace as if the inertia will keep them in place. I mean, you can look up, maybe that will keep them in place. Pow! Something standing in my way brings me to a rough stop. Dizzy from the impact, I drop to the ground. No longer at a rhyming pace, my eyes solidify back into place. Sorry, my sight returns to me and I start making out a figure. Moriko? Well, hello there, neighbor. Jeez, where are you heading in such a hurry? Who is this? A woman stands before me, seemingly not affected by the collision in the slightest. That's a nice face you have there, all twisted into a certain shape. And it's also backwards, which makes me uncomfortable. But, you know, if I block the head, she has a nice body, so I can deal with that. Her face turns to the center, skin flowing in a vortex like a storming river. It makes a whooshing sound, and I can almost feel like breeze coming out of it. Oh, no. Oh, never mind. Whew. Jeez, you look like a mess. Did a car run over you? Okay, but really now, did something happen? You look very you, I guess. I'm fine, I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I mean, everyone has those days, right? Some days you just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Sometimes those days are every day, but I merely muttered those last words, hoping it makes for a good enough explanation. My boss is already becoming nothing more than blubbering noise. I get up on my feet, brushing off my clothes a little. She closes her mailbox, hiding some letters in the other hand. Yeah, I know how it is. It's fine, make sure to make your morning coffee first, and you'll be good to go. You can add some caramel too, that's one of the few good parts of being a barista. Only baristas can add caramel to that? Right. I'd love to see how this place is doing. Maybe I'll drop by. Can I talk? I really have to go now. I'll catch up. Can't talk. I really got... Okay. I say my farewells in a rush just before my voice becomes inaudible. And once again, I'm already on my way. Okay, rude. Another fast-paced walk and I finally arrive on the bus station. To my relief, there's no one else besides me yet. I take a seat and bury my head in my hands. It makes a loud splash sound rubbing on my hands without a care. There is small space between my palms and fingers, my eyes melt and extend to the ground. Stop that, I think to myself. But the bluff of skin and organs does not care. She was right, I'm not looking at me right now, as if it wasn't already self-conscious. I'm being rude and ignorant and uncaring. No, that's nothing like me. Ever since I woke up, I've been turned into something that doesn't resemble me. Maybe if you have said that you are like rude, ignorant, and uncaring, it will be yourself, and this will stop happening. Time and time again, why do I keep feeling like this? I grab my face tighter, pulling it down. It stretches with no struggle. It hurts. It's not my fault, it's because of this. But that's just another poor excuse, isn't it? This act of harming upon my face is just another act of hiding. Hiding an image of myself I'm trying not to disrupt. Because of this condition, I'm displaying a person that is not me. The image of a distorted Moriko that is trying to stain my flawless life. What flawless life? Is this what I'm trying to tell myself? Is this my excuse? Maybe I'm acting like this because this is what I am. Maybe this caring, sociable version of myself I long for is just smoke and mirrors. And it's only now that my collapsing lips cannot flash a smile and my face is taking its real form. I knew that my real image is of someone who is rude and ignorant and uncaring. Someone who doesn't deserve compassion. Someone who doesn't deserve love. A cruel person. A jammed toy. You know, the first step is admitting you're a bad person. Like, if you really are a bad person, just admit it to yourself. And then you can work on being not a good person, but in preventing yourself from being bad. And sometimes that's just enough. I forcefully pull the hand from my face and I hit it on the wall on the bus station. It makes a loud sound that echoes and the small space trembles a bit. The rush of pain breaks my line of thought. A long-lasting pain is left on the back of my hand. I look at it for a moment. The area looks slightly bruised, but there's no blood coming out. It didn't hurt enough. A heavy broom sound approaches and the bus arrives. I allow the other people to exit, then I get up myself. I show the driver my bus pass, noticing him briefly looking at the back of my head. The bus pass is quickly scanned and I go looking for a seat. The bus is not very crowded and most people seem to prefer sitting alone just like me. Though the double seats mostly occupied by one person, I found one that are free. They are not in the best shape, but I'm not in the position to complain. Like, even if you complain, I don't think anyone's gonna do anything about it. I take a seat. That looks kinda trippy, I like it. Dust flowing in the other side too. I rest my elbow on the windshield and place my head on my hand. My face once again melts down my neck, almost mocking me at my inability to keep it in place. I tell myself a quiet prayer, hoping it gets better before I arrive. There's no way I can look like that in front of customers. No way I can act like that either. Oh yeah, you work on the service industry, it's not a good place to not be, like, acting good. I try to cheer myself up, but any happy memory seems to leave me on days like this. So I just stare out the window, spacing out, trying not to think of bad things either. And so the hour passed. I think this is getting worse before getting any better. A mass of eyes and mouths melt into incomprehensible mess. They approach the counter in a messy fashion, stumbling over its own contorting form. I sit at a distance on the left, staring at the gruesome formation in horror. Only a handful of eyes approach me, but they leave before I know it. In a slight panic, my unmelting face seems to fade from my worries. I'm not here to worry, I'm here to make coffee. I'm the coffee boy, I try to humor myself. It doesn't work. The amalgamation makes loud noises in front of my coworker. A girl fairly the same age as me with indiscernible facial features. Some mouths extend to her, but she stands just barely out of reach. It's an unusual sight, I don't even bother to act surprised. It's a usual sight. Just the one good with orders. The one who recognizes loyal customers and has their usual order ready before they reach the counter. That's a really good employee. The one people like to talk with. The one people look for on her free days. For that reason alone, seeing the pair of eyes on her makes me feel slightly bitter. People are just naturally more attracted to her. I bet she has a lot of friends. I bet she talks to people often. I bet she puts a lot of value on how she looks. Yeah, you have to put effort to receive prizes, right? Some people will not receive prizes anyway, but no one that never put effort receives any prizes anyway. Perfectly brushed hair, not a single stray hair. All in vain if her face can even be seen. I bet that's how people see in her. Under the sterile aspect, she's just as rotten to the core as the rest. I bet he's just as scared. I bet he's just as lost. I bet her face doesn't fall apart. Wait, he is her? I bet he has his struggles too. I bet her friends don't think she's a burden. I bet there's some good in him as well. I bet her boyfriend doesn't hate her. I bet my life wouldn't be better if I was a girl. Hey, sometimes I think so too, right? But who knows? I bet people will like me more if I was a girl. I bet I will look better if I was a girl. Hey, I don't think I don't think the same, right? I don't think people would like me more if I was a girl. Not only as a VTuber, right? But you know, men really have a hard time being liked by other people. And girls definitely look better than boys. I bet I will be more appreciated if I was a girl. I bet I will be more loved if I was a girl. That's true. I bet I will be happier if I was a girl. There's no way of knowing that one, but yeah. I bet I will be happy if I was a girl. I bet I... Can I get a cinema lad? Straight mouth floats towards me, breaking my erratic line of thoughts. Yes, of course, coming right up. I said it almost automatically, my face bounces up and stretches into what I hope is a smile. I turn around, picturing the instructions as I go. I just hope that the goo dripping from my face doesn't end up in the drink. I could go for a smoke right now. No, don't smoke! Smoke is bad. This is your PSA by yours truly, Hikemi Moriko, that smoking is bad and you should never do it. And if there's someone smoking, just punch them in the face. And so the hour passed. The hours passed, I guess. And before I knew it, I was on the bus heading back home. The melting excuse of a face is hanging weightlessly. I can almost hear it snore. Faint light radiating from the window feels much less violent. Singing of birds no longer hurts my ears. Has nature grown to be just as tired as me, or have I simply been spared of the mocking for now? The present moments start to fade away, becoming a monster that sticks with the rest. The present moments. Just like that, another uneventful day has passed. Nothing noteworthy ever happens at a coffee place. Hey, hopefully it never happens, right? You don't want it to be like, I don't know, some guy gets in with a handgun and shoots everyone, I don't know. I did everything I could to end up somewhere far different from this. I tried my very best at school. I passed nearly every test with flying colors. I graduated high school and I went to college. I got my diploma and that was it for me. A diploma and some charm did not suffice for a better cock placement. This feels strangely relatable. And just like that, my summer job meant to help me with future student fees become a dirty staple in my life. With the way things are, I can't help but regret the fun times I did not get to have. I can only hear stories of the parties I never had the time to partake in. You know, parties are not that good. They all merge into one very generic movie plot with everyone reduced to a caricature. Just a bunch of people gathering to drink and hook up and jump from the balcony And die 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 and die. So maybe turning into a nerd for a few years wasn't such a bad decision. It is a good decision. And after a long hiatus, the bus stops. The scenery outside, albeit alien, looks very familiar. This is my stop. I quickly get up and head through the door. I walk around the empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams. Wait, eyeing the architecture of the houses. They're all technically the same, but each has a small touch of humanity. Small decorations sprinkled around the yard and windows. It gives them a personalized look. This is not my street. The bus has left me at a further bus stop. In the evenings, when my work hours end, the bus won't stop at the station closer to my house. God damn it. How bothersome, I never managed to figure out why. You know, when I was in university, this is a nice story time. Well, not nice, but it's a nice time to tell it. The bus I took didn't stop near my house because it was a really dangerous zone. Well, it was the house of my parents, right? Not where I'm living right now. So it stopped like in front of the general area, and I had to walk a few kilometers into a really dark space where everyone got like mocked every day. And it was not nice. It was not nice. I really hated that part of going to university because I was carrying my laptop, right? So I had to run to my house the fastest I could while grabbing a pocket knife I had. And I was like, if someone gets close, I'm gonna stab a bitch. Thankfully, I only got, well, they tried to take my laptop 2 times, but they never managed to do it because I was prepared to defend myself. But yeah, it is not a nice day when the bus refuses to leave you close to your house. Anyway, let's keep playing the game. I want to reach home soon, but walking is becoming demanding. My face dissolves slightly, extending to my feet. It hits my legs, making me almost trip, and its weight makes movement difficult. I panic in exhaustion, my sight is getting blurry. A cacophony of sound surrounds me. I can almost make out a laugh. Eventually, my pace slows down to a stop. I clench my fist. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. A grueling feeling is building up in my chest and tears start forming on the corner of my eyes. I don't know if I should scream or shout or cry, but it seems the melting flesh has decided as clear laughter surrounds me. A loud voice is mocking me to no end. It exclaims everything I feared to hear. You're a burden. Worthless. Unlovable. What good is a jammed toy? Hey, even a jammed toy, it's good for decoration. I'm just saying that's a use. It's a good paperweight. You can use it to keep a door open. You can give it to someone else that maybe can repair the toy. I don't know. I recognize the voice as my own. I cover my ears to no avail. The voice rings through all my surroundings. What have I done to deserve something like this? What makes me being so rotten as to deserve such treatment? That is the cruelest part of my entire condition. To be so mean to myself. To be so cruel to myself. To distort my view on people. To make me go through such suffering. I'm the worst. I'm mean. That's the Ouroboros. I'm cruel. My view on people is distorted. Everything I do leads to suffering. For all this pain I cause, I'm deserving of this torture. I will mutilate my face until I am unrecognizable. I will cover up the things I look up to. I will destroy everything I don't deserve. This is my punishment. This is why my face is distorted. This is why I go through this. My family, my friends, my lover. A person like me doesn't deserve them. A person like me doesn't deserve to be happy. A person like me doesn't deserve to live. I mean, that last one is just not true, but... In all of this noise, I hear a faint giggle behind me. Not a feel intent, its amused nature makes it distinct from the rest. I turn around, my face accommodating just enough to make it possible. A gentle breeze is blowing in my face. My surroundings do not resemble that of a street anymore. With the rest of my power, I lift my head and look at the source of the sound. Before me stood a stranger I knew all too well. Is it that you? Well, me, I guess. Well, look who we have here. You. I haven't seen you around in a while, Moriko. How long has it been? Don't give me that crap. I don't want to hear you right now. Well, aren't you a ray of joy? You must be fun at parties. I'm kidding, of course. What you doing anyways? Going home. Really? I'm going home too. Isn't that funny? Hey, why don't we walk together? We're going the same way, so we might as well. Whatever. Come on, it's getting dark. Hey, what up? Where are we? Also, now you feel like talking. Just say it. Well, I don't know either. I don't remember getting here, to be honest. But look, there's houses right on the horizon. We'll get there in no time. It's so far away. Yeah, I guess, but don't worry about that. As always, the moments will fly away before we even realize. How? How can you be so sure? I don't get it. This distance between us and everyone else. It'll take forever to pass. How can you think it'll be so easy? How can you be so careless? It's impossible. It's way too far away. We'll never make it. You, who is this cruel and worthless, what makes you think you'll ever reach them? You're stupid. Over every bad thing you've ever been, you're also stupid. You'd be better off remaining here. No one needs you back there anyways. Yes, perhaps you're right. Perhaps I'm cruel and worthless after all. And perhaps I must be stupid for thinking I'll make it. And yet, this entire time, we walked. And even if we haven't reached it, I don't think it looks even just slightly closer. It does. And maybe I'm stupid for thinking like this. But if we keep walking, eventually we will get home. You're saying, I don't get it. It makes no sense. You think so? I think it was pretty on the nose there. I mean, this section is pretty on the nose. I don't think I have to explain it, right? I trust my viewers to understand this. Fine, let me try something else. Let's say you're watching TV. Are you changing the subject? Be quiet for a moment. Let me get my thoughts in order. Okay, so you're watching TV, right? It's a nice Saturday night and there's this cool movie you want to watch. You get ready for the night, you grab a snack and you sit down to watch it. And right when the action is at the highest point, there's a commercial break. It sucks, right? It takes you up right off the movie. That's what you get for not getting the ad for I mean, that's what I was thinking. Like, there's no commercials anymore on streaming service. I mean, yeah, but that's not the worst part of it. While the thousands of sponsors try to get you to buy their junk, you look around the room. And you remember that there's no one sitting next to you. That's the loneliest feeling you could ever feel. I'm sure you know that feeling. Well. Okay, now let's say there's someone with you on the couch, on the bed, or wherever. Anyone you get along with, really. And so you ask them about the movie. Do they like it? Was that scene so cool? And talk about what you think might happen next. And you laugh at the dumb jokes you two are making. Just like that, the commercial break became much less lonely. It passes fairly quickly and you're back at watching the movie. But in that moment, you can only think about the commercials and the silly things you told them during them. How great it feels to be with them and how grateful you are that they are watching the movie with you. And maybe, just maybe, you start to wish for another commercial break. I don't get it. What are you talking about? Gosh, are you saying I'm the stupid one? The person next to you can be anyone. Family, friend, roommate, long-lost brother, or pet. It's less about about who they are and what you do. It's about the good feeling it gives you. In front of the TV screen, when you're not missing in the movie, you're allowed to laugh, vent, or even cry. But the best feeling is to have someone you can do all that with. But remember, better to be alone than being with a bad person. You knew, didn't you? For the longest time, I couldn't do any of that because no one was next to me. I'm talking from a place of pure euphoria. From a place of intense loneliness? Could it be that they are one and the same? But that's alright, I was never one to dwell on the past. I want to only look forward. To appreciate those who are sitting next to me and keep talking during that one important scene. Because in the end, it's not about the snack or the movie. Snacks are important, okay? It's who you are watching the commercials with that matters. So for my undying gratitude towards those dear to me, as long as this beautiful dream of mine will keep going, as long as there's someone next to me on the couch, I like this metaphor, it's nice. As long as TV ads will keep running the scene, I too will be someone deserving of love. You ramble a lot. Guilty. But I hope what I said made some sense this time. Thanks for listening to me, Moriko. That name doesn't really belong to you, does it? Then, what I should be saying is... Thanks for listening to me, Max. You're welcome. So yeah, the name we give ourselves at the beginning of the game is the name he gives himself because he doesn't recognize himself when we react. Hey, look how close we are to the houses. How close the houses are. I don't know how I butchered that. I told you so. I could almost run towards them. What are you? He began running towards the buildings, almost tripping with every couple of steps. I don't try to chase after him. Instead, my walking comes to a stop. I watch him get farther and farther as my surroundings are getting darker. The sun is barely visible, and my fixated vision is starting to lose the figure in the distance. He's strange. That's the only way I can put it. And right now, I can't think of better insults. As the streetlights turn on, it starts making my way home. For a brief moment, I consider if I'd rather watch a comedy or drama tonight. The end. The commercial break is over. The movie hasn't even begun. Even when the credits roll, will you stay by my side? Use his name. So I start a new game with the name Max. And something changes? Am I making any sense, Dylan? Kind of. I think I get what you're saying. Maybe I should notice sooner. Do you think it's weird? We're finally having the conversation. Do you think it's weird that there's something wrong with me? Well, I don't think it's normal. But I don't think there's something wrong with you. Really? Yeah. You know, I never told anyone about this. I know it's weird. I know it makes me look crazy. On those days, I don't feel like myself at all. I end up saying and doing stuff I don't actually mean. That's why I wanted you to know. No matter what, try to reason with me. I just don't want it to think I hate you. So when I start acting weird, please don't hate me. I mean, everyone has a bad day and we can be mean to people we love. What is important here is I don't think you can prevent, like, even I have made those mistakes, right? You get really angry, you're not yourself. You have to eat a Snickers. Anyway, sometimes we cannot prevent ourselves from, like, hurting people we love because we are not ourselves in that moment. But the thing we can do is just make up afterwards, right? Like, apologize properly, try to work on the issue. I'm not gonna say problem because I don't think it's always a problem. So yeah, I could never hate you, sunshine. Thank you. I really needed to hear that. And thank you for everything. I really don't know what I would do without you. Hey, it's alright. Let's just go to sleep. I love you. I love you so much. I love you too, Max. Please don't cry. Life gets its never-ending flow just outside the glass door. A thin layer separating the urban noise from the stillness of this coffee shop. Besides, a couple added. I was about to finish the game before, but I was like, "No, wait a second." So it seems like the game keeps going. Besides a couple people on the tables, this place is mostly devoid of customers. All things considered, today is a slow day. I briefly huff in amusement. This is great. I love being paid to do nothing. I'm bent over the counter, resting my arms on it and holding my phone. I have to be in my spot in case someone comes in. My coworker is in the back, talking loudly over the phone. I can discern the conversation is going. With this moment of quiet, I decided to do the least peaceful thing I could do. Sex. No, don't do it! Don't do it! With Instagram opened, Instagram. I log into my secret account. That's totally just a bot. Jessica, love, 18 plus only. Check for. No. What? Let's see. Today's excuse for online stalking is I was curious how they are doing. It escapes me why people have like secret accounts. Wait, what I'm doing? Damn it! Forget you see that. You didn't see that. What I wanted to do was this. Moving myself to this side so you can properly appreciate the text. But then again, why come up with an excuse if I go through all this trouble? I might be even more petty than I thought. Anyways, let's see how the lives of people I went to high school with are going. Cocktail at the beach, cheesy selfie, engaged, picture of a dog, cute, always cute, pregnant, oh no, married, I hope it's not the same person. Group photo with people I don't know. Pregnant again? I hope it's a different one. Married. Jeez, why is everyone getting married right now? Yeah, it's a terrible time to be married anyway. You know, it's so expensive to get married. Just for men, there's not a lot of benefits to get married. I'm just saying if you're a man, maybe you don't want to marry. I mean, I guess if you're marrying to another man, maybe you want, but not to women. Jeez, why is everyone getting married right now? Good for them, but that's a lot of weddings at once. Of course, everyone is only posting the good parts of their life, and social media is fake and gay. While I'm caring too much over other people's lives, I hear the slight creak of the door. A customer came in. I put my phone in my pocket and straighten up. As they approach the counter, their face becomes very familiar. Is that... the neighbor? Well, hello there. Coffee place employee. Kelly, what are you doing here? Is that how you're talking to a customer? This is outrageous. Worst service I ever got. 1-star review on Kelp. Kelp. I'm kidding, of course. I'm gonna visit a friend, and since this place was on the way, I wanted to see how it's holding up. Of course you wouldn't know that if you were in such a hurry a few days ago. But yeah, about that. Don't even worry about that. I'm sure you had your reasons. She seems like a nice person. But anyways, looks like the cottage aesthetic is still holding up. How's being a barista going? I space out for 8 hours and pray I don't poison anyone. That's the spirit. Yeah, I guess it's good enough, right? Get a few free weekends as possible, and one day you might get a raise. We both giggle briefly of the improbability of that happening. Her amusement fades away and she starts eyeing the displayed menu. Actually, weren't there supposed to be 2 baristas at that time? Where's that girl you were working with? Maxime? She's in the back, on smoke break. Oh, you guys share a name? That's cute. Is that what you... Are your level it's Maxwell? Yeah, they have to use her full name, but the staff calls both of us Max anyway, so... It's kind of a doozy. But enough of that, I came in as a customer, so I might as well order something. I could go for a 3rd coffee today. Please don't, that's not healthy. 3rd? Yes, 3rd. Come on, you're here to make coffee, not to judge my caffeine intake. Fine then. What would you like to order? I could go for a tall latte macchiato. Sure. I don't know what any of those words mean. I mean, tall, I know what tall means, right? Maybe I don't. And use soy milk instead. Sorry ma'am, the soy milk isn't available at the moment. What was that? Was that an automated response? Well, I guess so. I didn't even mean to say it that. Well, you know damn well that doesn't work on me. Bring me the soy milk, coffee boy. I really shouldn't, the manager. Actually, why does the manager say that? Why can't you use the soy milk? That's the thing, no one knows. It's fine, he never noticed the difference. Fine, but if I'm asked, I'll say that you threatened me at gunpoint. Cool. And you will be investigated by the police and considered a criminal. Fine by me. And you will lock in jail at least 10 years for threatening a poor defenseless barista. Is my coffee coming or not, coffee boy? Yeah, coming right up. I mean, despite the depressing, confusing background music, it was a nice interaction. And so I start with the preparations, grabbing a pack of espresso beans and a carton cup. I also get the soy milk hiding behind cartons of milk just beyond a customer's side. Kelly begins to talk about her job as a fashion designer assistant. That's a nice job. About all of the great suggestions she came up with, and the fools she had to work with. I let a short comment from time to time, but most of my attention goes towards the coffee. Even these small comments are the most casual talking I ever had with a customer. I don't remember the last time she set foot in this place after she quit her job here. Oh, so she used to work here too. She worked as a barista here for a while before I came into the picture. 2 years into college and absolutely squeezed of money, I got my job here and met her as a coworker. Even now, I'm not very fond of talking with my coworkers, but Kelly was nothing like that. She had to train me and explain how everything works, so we spent a lot of time together at work. It's the senpai. When I was feeling down, she would say some jokes no one else found funny. Sounds like me. Luckily, we ended up sharing the same dumb sense of humor. In general, she's someone fun to be around. I poured the coffee in the soy milk and had... Wait, that's how you do it? You pour the coffee in the soy milk, you don't put the soy milk in the coffee? And hand the carton cup to Kelly. Wow, you even managed to front the soy milk like that, like I thought you. The front. They grow so fast. That will be for a coffee? For a cup of coffee! You better get like Folgers in your home instead. You can get like a big tub of Folgers coffee for like, what, like $18 at Costco, and you can make like a billion coffees with that. What is wrong with people spending so much money on coffees? Oh man, are you sure you can make an exception? I'm kidding. Unless... $4.95. Yeah, I'm kidding here. She pulls out a $5 bill. Grabbing it, a $1 bill is revealed just behind it. For exceptional performance, coffee boy, go buy yourself something nice. With $1? Oh my, thank you. Even after getting her coffee, she stays at the counter having lots more to share. As the plate remains mostly empty, I keep listening to her stories. She tells me the newest gossip and I gasp in disbelief. She's pregnant. I ask her about her boss and her rambles become frantic. She's one of the few people I get to talk like this. In a lot of ways, she reminds me of my older sister before she moved to her own home. As a little kid, her stories about high school and being a teen felt like a fantasy. I can't remember the last time we talked like this. At some point, Kelly checks her phone and looks surprised being plastered on her face. Crap. My drunk the latte a bit too slow. It was nice catching up with you, Max, but I have to go. See you some other time. Oh, and tell Dylan I said bye. Okay. Shouldn't be high. What? With a request not out of the ordinary coming from her, Kelly rushes her way towards the door. I felt a little more lightly after talking with her, but in the end, the place is still empty. Does no one want coffee today or what? Maybe it's because it's $5. I pull my phone from the pocket again. And so the hours pass. Ending my shifts up and later than it should, but in the end, I left the coffee place. I hurry my way towards the bus station. I check the time on my phone again and again. The bus will be at the station in a few minutes. If I'm fast enough, I should be able to make it. Just as I'm about to take the corner, a heavy broom approaches, and the bus zooms down the street just past me. Damn. I watch it get further and further as if I bring it back. Ultimately, the reality that I have to walk settles me. The sun is on its low, but steady decline, so right now is a good of a time as ever. I start my weight on foot. Damn. This happened to me once. I remember I got out of university at like about 11 p.m. because I was taking like extra classes. I don't know what happened, but I didn't manage to catch the last bus and I had to walk home, and it was like 3 hours of walk to get home. It was horrible. I made it back to my parents' house in like, it was like 2 a.m. It took me like 3 hours to get home. And my mom was worried sick that I was dead. And I was no, I wasn't dead. I just, back then I didn't have a phone, so I couldn't call, you know. Yeah, it's not nice. 10 minutes pass. The weather today is nice. The clouds are covering the sun, covering everything in a slight darkness. Sounds of an urbanist nature fills the air, and a slight breeze blows from behind me. It's nice to see the contrast between like a bad day, or like waking up on the wrong side of the bed and waking up on the right side of the bed. It's nice. I like it. If memory serves it, I must walk 5 miles until I got home. That's not so much, right? I feel a fine vibration coming from my pocket. I check my phone and see a notification. It's from Dylan. Where the F are you? Okay. I'm late for a couple of minutes and he starts to worry. That's sweet. Left late, missed with the freaking bus, but now I has to walk. Okay, why people text like this? Stay safe. Also call it said bye. Okay. Another interesting conversation with the driest texter ever. All his messages are just as deadpan, no matter his mood. He works as a web designer, so he already spends all day in front of a screen. After that, I guess the last thing you want to do is use your phone more than needed. The lucky bastard also works from home. Hell yeah, that's the best kind of work. Although that only leaves him with more housework to do. That's the bad part of working from home. Between the two of us, he's the one that does most chores, cleaning and cooking. A house husband indeed. Nice. I try my best to provide my help where and when possibly, but for the most part, I can't. Yeah, working outside, it's if I had to go outside and work every day, I will also come home not wanting to do anything. Understandable. Even so, I do my best to support him however possible. That's what a lover should do, right? It is. This is nice. I like it. Hope nothing bad happens in this game. I mean, more bad things. Right now, I really don't have anything better to do. It's time to space out and talk to myself again. To pass some time, how about we go over everything again? As a child, even before my condition appeared, I wasn't very good at befriending boys at that age. Just boys. I was disgusted easily, I wasn't interested in sports, and was scared of anything that could hurt me. Hey, this is relatable a little bit. I was easily dismissed and considered too feminine. Okay, maybe not this part. Some were even calling me a very ugly girl. Well, even a very ugly girl is prettier than a pretty boy. One day, my mom let me ride my bike on the street close to my house. I wasn't very good at it yet, so I fell off and I scraped my knee. A group of boys ran towards me and helped me get up. Their leader, a chubby kid, it's always the chubby kid, felt bad for me and helped me. Oh wait, okay. Dylan was in that group. Back then, the others called him Dilly, and I thought that was funny. It is funny. From that day, they would knock on my door and ask my mom if I could go hang out with them. Oh, it's nice. I thought the chubby kid was going to be mean. It's just my experience, maybe. Mom was proud that I finally made some friends and would encourage me to go outside with them. They were far from the neighborhood, smash bottles and throw rocks in the river. My girly aspects never went away with them, but they didn't seem to mind. The leader's very kind for a boy, Dylan told me once. I didn't think he meant that in a good way. Even then, Dylan has some sort of macho complex which never fully went away. Slowly, the group will help me learn to bike, holding straight while I pedal. It worked, but in the end, it was in vain. At some point, with no warning and no reason, my condition appeared while I was hanging out with them. Their faces began moving, stretching into forms far from normal. I was horrified. I ran back home crying. Hidden under covers, sobbing with no signs of stopping, I heard words I shouldn't have. Why are you crying? What reason do you have for crying? Those are not your friends. Friends are not something you deserve. In my child mind, that voice was the most terrifying thing to exist. I feared of hearing it every day. For a while following that day, I isolated myself from the world. I was scared to see people, scared that their faces will take a scary form again. The group came to my door almost daily, but no matter how much my mom asked, I couldn't face them ever again. And slipping through my fingers, my most beautiful years passed with me never making friends again. You know, people always say that, oh, your most beautiful years are your childhood, then it's teenage years, then it's your young adulthood, then it's your adulthood because the 30s are the new 20s, and they just go like that. I feel like the most beautiful years of your life are whatever years you want to make. I kind of wasted my younger days, right? And I'm trying to make up right now, maybe 3 decades too late, but who knows, right? I'm really having fun lately. I met the leader of the street at one point in my teen years, more mature looking and still a little chubby. He told me that the group got dismantled once they moved away. After a short talk, I never saw any of them again, until adulthood. Kelly took me on a walk one day to meet with a great pal, a guy she knows from college. I was less than excited to meet new people, but she insisted that I needed to see new faces. A couple of streets away from my mom's house, but I'm pretty close from Kelly, she knocked on the door of a plain-looking house. And Dilly was there. I didn't even recognize him. He looked nothing like his kid self. He spoke to Kelly as with anyone, as with an annoying relative, but he spoke with me with a shocking familiarity. You don't look different at all. Meeting someone I knew before felt incredibly strange yet comforting. We bonded again fairly quickly, and me and Kelly ended up visiting him often. First it was me and her, then it was only me. First it was maybe an hour, then it was an entire day. I was getting way too comfortable, way too fast. You hang around here so much, why don't you just move in? He said in a joking tone, but the idea was seated somewhere in my mind. The house had a guest room he wasn't using, so why not? It was about time I moved out of my mom's house, but getting a house on my own was pretty much impossible, so why not? But the truth was so much more than that. Before reaching that point, I developed a huge crush on him. He always let me be around him, he was sweet and caring and never pushed me away. That's what gets the ladies, and the boys I guess too, right? If you're nice to someone, they are bound to fall in love with you, maybe, hopefully. I never had a crush before, so I wasn't sure if that was it. It felt like nothing before, I didn't accept it as a simple physical. In a way, I wanted him to feel the void that was left by all the loneliness I had to endure. But I knew he couldn't. Time and time again, I had to go through all his stories of his many girlfriends. Ugh. Yeah, that's not nice. As a piece of me being chipped away. I felt revolted of what I am and what I was feeling. I was reminded that what I am is not normal. With that, another idea was left cemented in my mind. I wish I was a girl. I think what should have cemented in your mind was this guy is a hoe. Like, how many girlfriends can you have before turning into a man hoe? 3? I guess 3 would be a nice number. And yet our plan came to fruition. I became accommodated in his house fairly quickly. I helped with bills and we couldn't take care of our individual chores. He was the one that handled the cooking as soon as found out the time is mine is shit. Yeah, let's just call it as it is. I wasn't sure what I wanted anymore. To live casually with him and forget about my crush, or to watch him from up close like the creepiest kind of a stalker. I didn't want to do this to him, I didn't want to do this to myself. I settled on a decision. I'll tell him, I'll ruin everything, and I will have to deal with what comes next. Confessing to your best friend usually never ends well. It ends either pretty good or pretty bad. And on a restless night in front of a TV no one was watching anymore, I poured my heart out to him. He had a riddled expression on his face, but then again I was too ashamed to directly look at him. I was prepared for yelling, but nothing came up, which was so much worse. But after a long, unending mute, something weird happened. He pulled me closer and told me how much he cares about me. I don't think I was aware of myself anymore, but in the moment, with his hand on my cheek, I edged closer and from that point, I became his sunshine and he became my world. This is sweet. I fell asleep in his arms that night, tugging on his shirt and crying on his chest. Something inside me broke, but it felt like a good thing. My first crush, my first relationship, my first kiss, all these feelings I've never experienced before. Someone chose me, someone decided that I am good enough to them. Dylan is so much more than I could ever ask. If he thinks I'm good enough, then I'll trust his judgment. If I'm good enough to be loved, yeah. If you're good enough to be loved. We're in the fields again. As I bring my attention back to the road, I find myself in an unfamiliar location. There's a gentle breeze blowing in my face. My surroundings do not resemble that of a street anymore. Someone is in front of me, clenching their fists and shaking. Oh, this is like the other side of the interaction. Okay. Around them, I can hear faint words I can make out as they let barely audible grunts. I find the sight inexplicably funny and let out a small giggle. The person lifts their heads towards me and begins turning around to face me. Yeah, it's the same interaction. Before me stood a stranger I knew all too well. It's the distorted version. Oh, the eyes are truly melting. Well, look who we have here. What are you doing here? I haven't seen you around in a while, Max. How long has it been? Why do you keep saying that? You're such a weirdo. Hey, calm down. No, don't interrupt this game, shut up. Hey, calm down. I really don't get why you are so surprised. Come on, let's get to walking. I don't want to be here until it gets dark. I'll explain everything on the way. Fine. Are we gonna repeat the whole conversation? I don't think it's necessary. So how's it going? You weren't supposed to be here today. Yeesh, getting right to the point. You know, nothing stops me from getting here, so why should I? Shouldn't I? You know why. I really don't. Enlighten me. Today is not one of those days. Oh. Is that why you were whining so much? That's hilarious. Don't touch me. And what's so funny about it? I'm sorry, I just think it's funny how much you worry about that. Oh man, I was hoping that after so many visits, you would realize. You can be really dense sometimes, Max. Believe me, I have many other things I could have done instead of being here. But I don't do any of them. Wanna know why I come here on all these nasty days instead? I come here to see you. Why? You know why. You know it very well. You knew all this time, but you refuse it. You look away and act like you forgot. Don't say it. I come here because I care about you. I care about us. I'm you, and you are me. Ware wa nanji, nanju wa ware. Or something like that. The state of our faces does not matter. No, shut it. I don't want to hear any of that. And because of my condition, you forgot that we are one. You became someone separated from my name. And all this time, you've been antagonizing me. You called me worthless and cruel, someone that doesn't care. You don't care. I don't care. But I do. I do care about you. You don't. You never care about anything or anyone. You're the worst, and I'm the worst too. I hate you. I despise everything about you. All these words I thought about myself, all the distortion I left in my wake. What I have done to deserve this. My life was amazing. My family loved and accepted me for the natural thing I am. I have a caring friend. I have a wonderful boyfriend. I did my best and my best only. Why? Why do I have to go through this? Please, tell me, please. I don't want to grow to this anymore. I don't want to doubt myself. How can you care about me when I can't even care about myself? It's so weird.
Everything is so weird. Make it stop, please. Save me. Save me before I feel even lonelier.
I'm trying, you know?
No, you're not. I came here to save you. Then why do I still hate so much? Hate you so much?
Well, it's because I'm you.
No.
But you forgot that, and you mistook me for someone else to blame. Tell me, Max, you know how many of your words were actually meant for me? I know how you feel. That burning hatred that you lay before and wait for someone to take it away. And yet, no matter how far someone takes it, somehow, it always comes back to you. That's because you always end up wanting it back. Because your hatred was the only thing keeping you company. You're trying to hate anyone else, so that you won't only hate yourself.
No, that can be it. I don't. Please don't leave me. If you leave me, all I'll have is this hatred.
I know. This need to hate someone has only submerged you in loneliness. A loneliness that no matter how many people are around, never really goes away. I don't want to feel like this. I don't want you to feel like this. I'll help you get better. I'll save you.
How?
Well, that's why I'm here. That's why, time and time around, I come back here to see you. I know what you're going through. I know that no matter what you do, those feelings will never go away. But I can always stay by your side. I can always be there when you need me. I can hold your hatred. I can assure you that you are kind and that people really do care about you. I love you for as long as it takes for you to love yourself.
I'm sorry. I've been so cruel to you.
It's not me who has to forgive you. You must forgive yourself. I know that you will because you're kind.
I'll try.
I will.
I will.
I will.
I will.
Hey, look how close the houses are. See, I told you so.
Are you going to run again?
Nah, my legs are hurting from all this walking. Let's go home together, okay?
Okay.
We make our way to the street side by side. None of us knows what to say anymore, but maybe that's for the best. I look at him as in a mirror, wondering who I was really comforting just now. Maybe I wanted to convince myself that part of me is still worth saving. Maybe I wanted to make him feel better. Maybe I wanted to make myself feel better. Maybe I wanted all of them. Maybe I wanted to go home. I step on the cold asphalt and the other me is nowhere to be seen. I start making my way to the empty street, my path illuminated by the street lights. The sun is barely visible, hidden behind the horizon. The faint sound of crickets fills the air. In a few days, I will get worse. In a few days, I will get better. I'll despise myself and I will comfort myself. I'll love myself more than I hate myself. I'll do my best and I will get better. It's me who has to make the change. For the sake of everyone I care for, I'll try. No, I will. I will get better. Eventually, I reached the doorstep. I laid my hand on the door. I've been walking for far too long. I'm exhausted. I'll try to recollect myself. I don't want to feel down anymore, not around him. I grabbed the key and inserted it into the keyhole. That's enough of feeling down for today. It's about time I feel cheery again. I unlocked the door. Honey, I'm home. Are you cooking something? I shout in a jokey manner, practicing my less serious tone. As I free my sore feet from my shoes, all my senses start getting attacked. The well-lit living room contrasts intensely with the streets my eyes took just a moment ago. The smell of cooked onion, delicious, permeates the air. The sound of some kind of drama TV is slightly obscured by the cooking and boiling from the kitchen. Speaking of the kitchen, I figure speaking from the doorless kitchen entrance. Hey! Look who finally decided to show up. Well, if it isn't my lovely host husband I miss so much. Stop calling me that. He blushed. I miss you too. Looking away, he goes back to whatever he's doing. He's cooking. I did miss him a bit, but I didn't really mean it fully when I said it. I just wanted to hear him say it back. It washed away any bad from my day, and it fills me with the comfort of home. I approach the kitchen, resting my shoulder on the entrance. I notice a pan on the stove, a sauce is boiling as he's chopping chicken into chunky pieces. Chunky chicken, delicious. He's actually wearing the apron his stepdad gifted him, so things must be serious. So what you cooking? Chicken curry, absolutely delicious. I love it. But it better be spicy. Since I haven't made it in a while, but I'm really trying some things this time. Oh, how so? Well, this time I want to actually try to cook. Yeah. What? So all of those 1,000 meals of you were takeout? No, of course not, but I mean, as I learned to cook in college, I didn't have the resources or money to do proper meals. Just following recipes and not caring about the taste all that much, you know? So I'm basically teaching myself to cook again. Adding more spices and looking for tips online. That's a good way of cooking. Oh man, I left you down for so long, you gotten bored. No, it's not that. Now that I have the time and the money, I really want to make better food. So just partially bored then. Maybe. Well, I'm certain it'll be even greater than before. Now, you're totally becoming the best husband there is, my world. Thank you, Sunshine. This is so sweet. Alexa played Despacito, but fast. I'll take a little more time, but I've left some lunch in the fridge for you. Thanks, but I'm not hungry just yet. I'd much rather feed on annoying you now that I'm home. Well, get ready to start because you could never annoy me, Max. Well, aren't you the sweetest? I fully make my way into the kitchen, resting my arms on the counter. In truth, in front of him are spices and greens I hardly ever seen him use. Greens on your curry? What? Hey, you better not use all of them at once, or we'll... Not now, please. Or we'll feel the taste for weeks. That's good curry, you have to use all the spices. Of course I won't use them all. I'll just try a couple at a time. At random? Pretty much, yeah. So what if it doesn't taste good? Then I'll add some more and hope that fixes it. That's how you cook. That's... Hey, cooking is about exploring, right? I mean, someone had to... Shut up. To have mixed stuff at random to discover curry. More or less, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's right. Yes, and if it ends or so it's completely inedible, I'll use this as a learning experience for the next. You know, seeing you up as passionate about something makes you hotter. Wow. It's not only the curry that is getting spicier. You like to be all strong and manly, but you blush really easily. Just bothering you as I do. So can I help you? I'm reading the gay story, shut up! With what? With cooking, of course. No. Eh? Not even a bit of hesitation? I appreciate it, but I don't need your help. Ah, come on. I promise I won't add too much salt this time. That's the least of my worries. Jeez, I know my cooking is total garbage, but now you're just being mean. At least I never started a fire in the kitchen. The answer is still no. Please? No. Pretty please? Nope. I dare you to let me help you. Nah. Double dare you. Stop it. Triple dare you. With the chicken all chopped, he lets the knife down and pulls me into a hug. In the dense smell of cooked onions and meat, I can feel the familiar smell of his faded fragrance. It's comfortable, I hug him back and drown myself in the feeling. Throughout the way, I could shut me up, this is the best one. So now he says he smelled like a faded fragrance, comfortable, right? But at the beginning it mentioned it smelled like terrible. So it's the parallels, right, with this game. He pats the strands of my hair pointing up. Dog ears, he insists. Oh, those are the dog ears. Okay. Hey, you're getting the chicken smell all over my hair. How about you go upstairs, change your clothes, and rest a little? I'll let you know when the food is ready. Okay. After a couple more moments, he kisses my forehead and lets me go. As I'm told to go upstairs to get ready for the night, today has been a long day. Maybe I really need to lay down for a moment. The rest of the evening was nothing special. It didn't need to be special anyways. We ate dinner, talk about... But how was the chicken? Was the chicken good? Talk about the weather of the day, watched some TV and went to bed. And there I was, laying in bed, staring at the ceiling, as if once I fell asleep, I will wake up from this wonderful dream. Or maybe I just wanted to listen to the sound of the night. I wanted to feel the weight of his arm on me. I get so lost in thought sometimes that I forget how the present is flowing in every direction. The past has stayed me, and tomorrow might be one of those days. But right now is perfect. This is perfect. I want to take it in, to acknowledge all the things I feel, and all the love I've been shared, I've been given. And with that thought, my eyelids start to feel heavy. Wrong Side of the Bed by Owls. Art, writing, coding, and music, Owls. Images, Pixabay, Google Earth, and other. Sounds, Pixabay, and freesoundslibrary.com. Game made for the Nano Reno 2024 Game Jam. Thank you for playing. And that's it. That was Wrong Side of the Bed. So, really nice game. I don't really think I need to explain anything about the story of the game. I think it's pretty, I want to say on the nose, but that sounds like a bad thing. It's pretty evident. It's pretty well explained, right? What the game is about. I think it's a nice story. I was expecting the game to be a little bit more depressing, but I'm really happy. I wouldn't say it's a good ending because obviously this condition will keep happening, right? To the main character. It's not gonna stop anytime soon. Maybe never. Probably never, right? But the fact that we get to experience like a good day and the happiness you can get to enjoy with the boyfriend, the relationship, it's so cute. I love it. I'm not sure I love that the other guys. It's kind of a hobby because had a bunch of girlfriends, but hey, if it works, right? Who am I to judge the relationship of other people? Well, I'm me, right? I'm gonna do it, but yeah. So yeah, it's really nice, visually great, like the other game. I think it is like now I know it's like a sequel to the game. I like the fact that you play the game once and it's like the bad day, but then you can input the name to play a good day, and you can see the contrast and the parallels between the two of them, and you can see they join right in that like open field, the good version and the bad version, they join and have a quote-unquote conversation, and that was really nice. So overall, really emotional game. I like it. It's been a while since I played a visual novel, so I was kind of out of reading a bunch of text, but it was really nice. It was not a lot of text. It was like 1 hour long, right? I think the game is properly summarized. I have played visual novels that just go for far too long saying the same thing. I think this game, it's like concise, like everything is said in the right amount of words, I think. It's not too long, it's not too short, enjoyable, right? Yeah, I'm going. Shut up. And I don't think I have anything else to say. The illustrations of the characters, especially the ones with a deformed face, really nice. Again, I recommend you guys, if you haven't played or watched the other game, I'm gonna leave the link down in the description of this video too, so you can go and play the other game, or you can, the Face You Less game. You can play it on yourself on the itch.io page of the developer, or you can go and watch my video if you don't want to play it. Although I do recommend playing these kind of games instead of watching the video, because it's more fun to experience it yourself. And yeah, I think that's all. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, developer, for making the game. This is another banger. And I will see you guys in the next indie game, stream, or whatever I decide to do with this channel. I'll see you later.